And another thing too, as much as I want to get on this bitch and talk about Yohan Moncada, I'm finna talk about Oscar Colas because Mac, you said it on my motherfucking podcast that him letting the ball get deep and going the opposite field was the plan. Now look what he doing. Back to back days, he hitting the ball to the pull side with authority, Mac. You
What can I
said
say?
that.
I
You
mean,
said
when you a baseball genius as myself, by the way, any organizations out there that's looking for a top-notch executive, they need to go ahead and give me a call and hire me.
yeah.
I'll help them out. I'll
Hold
help them
on.
become successful.
We got brother Miguel. We got brother Miguel that just joined. Miguel, would you let King Mac run your team
Hey,
as a
Miguel, what's
GM?
up, big dog?
What's
Would
good?
you
What's
let
good?
King
No,
Mac
I
run your
wouldn't.
team as a GM, Miguel?
I'd rather let Jay run it.
Yeah.
And he ain't got no idea. He ain't got no idea.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, look, whole time it's like, you know, Mac has a lot of great ideas, and I'm not gonna hold you. He's one of my best buddies in the whole world, so on and so forth. But to run a team, I don't know. I have my reservations.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
If we let Mac run the White Sox, all it's gonna be is a bunch of 5'8", 130 white boys that can't get the ball out the fucking infield. That's all it's ever gonna be.
Wow. So you
That's
gonna
all
tell
it's
me
gonna
he
be.
gonna have magical at third base? Magical types at third
I
base?
would expect to. First of all, y'all interrupted this great baseball knowledge to introduce Miguel, and then I would expect a Blaxican as itself to come right in and start hating. That's pitiful, dog.
Hey,
Hey,
just so y'all, just real. Can I do some? Hey, let me just do a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? House cleaning.
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping. We have Asinine. We have Jay Targaryen. We have my boy Dre, Mr. Duality right there. Our good friend Miguel is here, King Mac. And this actually right here is a Bad Guy Radio Juke Joint collab.
Rated
Exclusive.
BGR.
This is exclusively rated BGR. And it will be on the Juke Joint YouTube channel because we're family. So find this episode on the Bad Guy Radio podcast or on the Raised Juke Joint YouTube channel. You'll see it live or whatever. But don't ever think it not be one good family because that's what we are. So
Absolutely.
Raised Juke Joint, Bad Guy Radio. It doesn't matter. It's just one big ass family, and it's just what it is. So Jay, I'm out your hair. I just want to put that out there as we continue to go on this right here.
All right.
So this is actually the kickoff for the show right now. So now I can get in my bag and start.
Yeah, you can get in your bag. It's good. I had to put the background up. I had to
go ahead, kick it off, Jay.
Hey, Mac, I had to put the background up for you.
Yeah,
I had to put the background up for you.
You know, that's an excellent background, actually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's excellent. By the way, actually, my wife's cousin came up with that design, and then somebody else turned it into that. So I give props to whoever my wife's cousin is that made that design. Well, go ahead,
I'm trying to take credit.
Get his introduction and kick it off.
So
you say Blaxican before you kick it off. I didn't hear what the Blaxican said. Okay, I thought so.
I ain't fucking with you, Odie.
All right, let's go. Go ahead, Jay. Kick it off. I'm ready.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish I was playing fucking video games. I wish I was watching the World Baseball Classic, but instead, I'm chopping a fucking mic up with some of the best minds on the internet I've ever met. I got the Shy 9 BGR's finest right now. I got Your Grace King Mac, Miguel, the flying fucking Hawaiian. I don't even know what type of what thing to say after that fat piece of shit. We got Dre Duality of all people. He showed up to work today, so we ain't got to write his ass up for BGR. And then we got Ray Martell.
Yeah, I've been putting in a lot of sick days. You've been putting in a lot of sick days.
A lot of sick days, Mac. But before we let a Blaxican interrupt you, we got to get back to Oscar Colas pulling the ball to the authority.
Yeah, like I was saying.
You know what?
Fuck you, Miguel.
Tell him, Miguel. Tell him how you feel, Miguel.
I'm tired of this motherfucker.
Now, before I was so rudely interrupted by actually my homie, I don't know, he been acting unbecoming lately, Miguel, but I'm gonna
What's
call him
wrong
the
with him,
Black
man?
King because I don't know, he just got all, he done got saucy for some reason.
Miguel, you not happy for Oscar Colas? You a diehard White Sox fan.
No, he a
Never.
Cubs fan. He a Cubs fan. But
I'm about to go change the brim right now.
before I was rudely interrupted, I told you on our previous podcast that I thought what Oscar Colas was doing was by design.
Yeah.
You know, the question mark he had was, can he not strike out a lot? I mean, that's one worry that Ray had.
I did.
And that's one worry his partner on Ray's Juke Joint had, which was Eric.
Mm-hmm.
But if you actually look at the beginning of spring and you pay attention to these baseball players, you understand that some guys actually work on things in spring training, you know, to kind of get ready for the season. I thought one of the things he was doing was making a conscious effort to go the other way so he could see the ball more, where he wouldn't strike out as much as he did last year. And I think before spring training started, he talked about it. He said that he wanted to cut down on his strikeouts. And that's something you've seen he's done so far this spring. He only struck out one time.
Mac, he's made an active attempt to not swing and miss, not expand the zone. Whatever leads to automatic strikes, Oscar Colas has eliminated that from his game. Like, you got to think about it, bro. In that at bat with Corbin Burns, it wasn't the fact that he wasn't taking strikes. It was the fact that Oscar Colas wasn't swinging at pitchers' pitches. Yeah. That was what caught my attention. Was, hold on, why you not hitting that back foot curveball like that? Why you not spinning on that fastball right underneath your hand, swinging off instinct like every other left-handed bat?
But why is he doing that, though? That's my point. He's doing that because he allowed himself to let the ball get deeper on him. Yeah. So that means he's seeing the ball better. That was
all the way to the catcher's mitt. He's seeing the ball all the way to the mitt, Mac.
Yeah, that was a conscious effort. And like I told people, everybody's worried about his power. The kid has power. I think MLB.com gave him a 65 grade for his power. So you know he had power. You knew the home runs was coming. I think, you know, at the time he just wasn't ready to pull the ball too much. That wasn't what he was looking to do. And now that you're seeing he's doing it, he's putting the ball over the fence. Like, this kid is very strong. He's a very talented kid. I think a lot of people didn't read up on Oscar Colas as far as 2 years ago when people thought he was coming out. He was one of the highest rated international prospects.
Yeah. And then Asinine, you know, from like a guy like Juan Soto, you know, when you start pulling the ball as a left-handed power hitter, you're out in front of the plate. You're a hair early. What have you seen from Oscar Colas as far as him swinging the bat and annihilating strikes?
Well, Jay, can I correct you on something?
Sure.
Those balls he hit for home run, he's not really pulling them. Those was inside pitches if you really look at it. They was on the inner half of the plate. So it's not like he's taking pitches on the outside of the plate and wrapping them, pulling them. No. He's not doing that. He's taking what he's given.
Yeah.
Good hit.
Like the home run that he hit yesterday, he was in complete command of that bat. He recognized the pitch was inside, pulled his hands in, and made a quality pass at the ball.
That was unnecessary, Miguel.
That's a couple of steps in the right direction for a guy that we think may or may not is still feeling his way out. He's evolving every day. He's learning every day.
I mean, yeah, in my wheelhouse, because I can talk about this kid all day long.
You know
I personally believe he has more power than Opie.
All day.
I personally believe he has more power than Opie.
For the people at home and the people who haven't been watching the show or whatever. All
right, y'all say goodbye to Mac. All right, bye, Mac.
When Mac says Opie, he's talking about Andrew Vaughn. Just put that out there.
Yeah, no, see,
and then Justin removes him from the screen. Justin removes it from the screen.
You don't want to do that. So
and he hit and not for nothing.
Go ahead.
It's not like Andrew Vaughn is not producing. He hit a triple yesterday. Like, this kid is hitting the fucking ball.
He's slugging 550. He's slugging 552 right now. That's only
552
four
is free
points less
training.
than Oscar.
That's
Like,
Oakley right
Yeah.
there.
He's slugging 552 right now.
That's
And
5 points less than who?
Let's
be honest.
As long with
Let's be honest for a
though.
minute. If you look at Andrew Vaughn,
Hey Matt, give it a rest. Give it a rest real quick. Give it a
of
rest.
a 1920s Yankees baseball player right there. Definitely fits the profile.
Wow.
Definitely.
Wow. Yeah, that was unnecessary.
Hey,
I thought
aside from that blade.
Mac, what you got against Andrew Vaughn, Mac?
I ain't got nothing against Vaughn. You know what it is, Drake? And I'm gonna make it simple. I try to enjoy the season. I try to cheer for these players. I try to root for every player. It's the overhyping. That's what ruined the Bears season for me. All I wanted to see was Justin Fields be great. That's it. But then when people start overhyping the Bears, I couldn't take it no more. Then I had to become the villain.
You think Andrew Vaughn is overhyped?
They overhyping him, Drake.
Oh, come on,
you got people giving this man 30 home runs. That's not realistic.
Come on, man.
Not
Mac, has Andrew Vaughn had a bad season in his White Sox tenure?
Yes, absolutely.
When?
His first season wasn't great. Look at the numbers.
I said bad.
That's the motherfucking. That's the worst.
You know what? We're just gonna jump right into it. I gotta make
How's
a
that
phone
worse?
call. I'm making a phone call right now.
Hey, that's great. That is great right there, though. Hey, that's
that
good
is the
stuff
worst
right
take.
there.
Like
I'm on the fucking phone.
Yeah,
that's beautiful right there. Hey, Drake, you're right. Let me correct it. Not a bad season, but I'm saying he hasn't had no great season. His first season probably average season.
Okay, I haven't.
Look,
I like Vaughn. He hasn't had a great season, but he's been productive since he's been in the Sox uniform.
He hasn't had a bad season.
We've been able to put him in the outfield. Now he's going to be the everyday first baseman. He's there, so that's what I like about him.
Yeah.
The same thing, I compare with Mustipher. Everybody. Well, he's way better than Sam Mustipher, but Sam Mustipher is there. If you show up, I gotta, that's worth something.
I give
he's
you.
Available.
That's a great point. I mean, he be available on the pitching side. C stays available. I give you that. My point is, people acting like it's a far-fetched thing to say that Oscar Colas could possibly be a better player and hitter than Andrew Vaughn because he absolutely can.
Mac,
I didn't say he couldn't, but he's got a.
No, I don't think.
But what you love to say, Mac, you see, you kind of giving out a participation trophy right now.
Bingo.
Why is that?
Bingo.
Because you're saying if
I'm not.
But condescending words is Andrew Vaughn. I think Andrew Vaughn can hit 30 home runs.
Liquor.
I don't think he can. But
I definitely think he can.
I want to ask you.
I think Oscar Colas can too.
Dre, let me ask you. What's more important?
I think Roberts can.
Dre, what's more important? Availability or production? What would you rather have in an athlete?
It depends.
How can you be productive if you're not
it
available?
It definitely depends, but if you're not available, you can't be productive. So
okay, so would you rather have a guy that suit up and give you mediocres, or a guy that's prolific that don't suit up at all?
Give me the mediocres.
Yeah,
he's suiting up.
Yeah,
I can't do nothing with you if you ain't here.
Yohan Moncada is available, King Mac, whether you like it or not, especially in that uniform, and he's been the best Cuban player I've ever seen in the WBC. That's including all Cespedes, that's including all Abreu's, and that's including all the Spaniers.
How did we go from talking about a real good Cuban baseball player to
Oscar Colas don't care about his country?
As far as
I know you wouldn't.
As far as the Colas shit goes, right. The and I'm not trolling here. I'll stop trolling for a second about Colas and I'll talk some shit real quick. Right.
Give it to me.
Currently, I hate you. Currently, Currently, what I'm seeing from Colas is my favorite approach that I see out of baseball players right.
Yeah.
So he has your favorite
What was
approach
that
right
all
now?
about?
Yeah. I think low key the fucking FBI
Why did you
gets
remove
zapped.
him, man? He was saying
He
good
was
baseball.
talking.
I didn't fucking remove him. He just left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So can I just
Go ahead, interject.
can I talk to Mac for a hot second?
Go ahead.
Mac, this is all I want to say to you, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
We have an opportunity to be on one accord this year. And we're at the precipice of this one accord I'm talking about right now. The White Sox have an opportunity to be better than what they were last year. And I think the fact that we have this opportunity because we have a new manager who has injected a new life, a new fire, a new energy, so on and so forth to the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, I believe they've really got into the minds of these young players and got them to where they want to they believe in themselves a little bit more than what they were in the last year or so. Long story short, we want Yoan Makata to be the best baseball player he can be. Am I correct in my assumption?
So what it basically sounds like you're asking me, Ray.
We want Yoan to be the best player he could be this year, correct?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't I?
Okay, good. That's all I wanted. That's all that Matt. That's it. I want that young man who is knocking the cover off the ball in the WBC to knock the cover off the ball in the White Sox uniform, which I believe. Go ahead,
I never cheer for any of the players on my team to fail.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be absolutely honest about
Kudos.
I'm gonna tell the truth about how I feel about them as a player.
No, I agree. No, I agree. I agree.
Now if they happen to outperform what I believe, then I give them a hand. No problem.
Yeah.
I respect.
Hey, I'm 100% with you, Matt. I'm 100% with you.
And I think we all feel the same way. Like I have expectations for Michael Kopech, for example. I have expectations for him.
He's a little crazy.
If I happen to perform, if he happens to outperform my expectations, that means he's winning the site.
Can I say a couple words about Michael Kopech?
I mean, sure, of course. I mean, go ahead, bro.
My ultimate ceiling for Michael Kopech is Roy Halladay. What I seen today in
beautiful.
Arizona. What I seen in Arizona, he made an effort to be a little bit more economical, and what that means is he wasn't given a 90% slider, a 90% fastball in counts where he wanted to induce early contact. He just wanted to get best case scenario. That's the growth of a pitcher. Mac, every time I bring up the all-time White Sox teams, you always talk about Alex Fernandez and what he did. That was a guy who took off his best stuff for the betterment of the team. It wasn't like he was bulletproof. He was effective, efficient, and available. At this point in Michael Kopech's career, you're gonna see what type of boxes he's able to check off. Dylan Cease checked off a lot of boxes last year. Now he has to withstand the hype.
Well,
Michael Kopech is ascending to that point to where now we're going to see who the fuck you are and what you represent in the rotation.
Well, I mean, first of all, I'm going to tell you what I like about Michael. And this is even overseas.
Yeah.
I like his mentality. Like Michael will get into that dog moment where he just gonna come right at you. I like that. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like Lance Lynn. You know how Lynn's just start chucking them fastballs. You know what I mean? Like, okay.
And then start grabbing shit, right?
Yeah, do what you gonna do with it. I don't know what he's grabbing.
I got something. I got something for you.
I mean, when I'm talking, please refrain from putting stuff like that up. You can do it when somebody else talking. But that's what I like about Michael. Like in general with baseball, right? You got number guys, you got guys that just look at stats, whatever the case may be. I like to pay attention to the little things about the game. And to me, those little things will tell you a lot.
Ain't nothing
And
little
that's
about
why,
that
like
picture,
with
man.
Oscar Colas, for example, I got to go back there. But when people was talking about his strikeout rate, I wasn't worried because I understood that kid hadn't got a chance to get into a rhythm yet, really. And look what he did in the minor league. Like you're talking about somebody who missed 2 years of baseball, and baseball is a rhythm sport, defense and hitting the baseball. It's the same thing, and he hadn't had a chance to get locked into that. To me, Michael is about if he can stay healthy. Can he stay healthy? If he can stay healthy, I think we got a very, very productive baseball player. But the problem for him has been his health. It's the same thing with Eloy. We know Eloy is a very good hitter. Can he stay healthy? That's the thing. We don't know. We don't know if some of these guys who we're depending on can stay healthy. We know Luis Robert being average is good. Can he stay healthy? We don't know.
Luis
So,
Robert being good is not good for the White Sox.
but I'm saying just him being
I
average.
said his
Though,
word.
Dre.
I mean, being average is not
What?
good for the White Sox. Luis Robert being average is not good for the White Sox.
I
That's
mean, I
just
agree.
I
no.
would rather him
Has to
be
be.
healthy than anything else.
I mean,
That's
him
when
healthy
the
is not him being
availability
average.
trumps the
In
production.
my opinion, him, Luis Robert being available is not him being average. I don't think those equate. That's just my opinion. I think Luis Robert, when healthy, is above average.
I'm just saying a lot
Everything
of.
he does.
He hasn't shown me anything to warrant that.
Come on, Asinine.
Asinine, preach
He
real quick,
hasn't.
because preach real
He
quick.
hasn't.
Asinine.
I mean,
Is he not a Gold
everything you
Glove?
see,
Hold on, Dre. You finna give a
every.
little
Hold on,
I'm
Asinine real quick.
talking about at the plate. I'm talking
Yo,
about
at the
at the
plate.
plate. Now,
Go ahead. Go ahead. At the plate.
now with the glove, of course, he's exceptional. Whatever, cool, right? At the plate, he's been relatively like I'm not gonna say whatever, but he's been just on par. He's just been on par relatively. He hasn't given us anything yet to be like, yeah, he's a
There's no
superstar.
gaudy
Everything we're looking at is purely projections.
I mean,
That's all it is. Yeah, he can put a ball 450 in the left field, but he can't do that shit consistently. So
but
for
I'm
what?
just saying. If you look at his down season. Here's the thing. Like you love Vaughn, right? If you look at a Robert down season, it's almost like close to the production of Vaughn, really, and that's a down
Luis
season.
has never had a season anywhere close to what Vaughn did last season. You can go look at that. He's never had a season anywhere close.
Well, let's just get to this conversation right here, Asinine. Andrew Vaughn's plate approach is a little bit better than Luis Roberts. Like we can
He has the
just have
second
that
best plate
conversation
approach from
right
the
there.
fucking team.
And it's a
Oh.
Who
wide
has
gap
the first?
between that.
No,
Eloy.
Vaughn plate approach is not better than TA.
Yes,
No.
it is better than Tim. Yes, it is.
Not. No, sir.
How do we go from Tim to Luis Robert?
I'm just saying in general, Vaughn played it. What TA does at the plate is like I don't think people paying attention to. Like you're talking about a guy that's a throwback at the plate where he moves up in the box, back in the box. I've seen Tim Anderson, and it's the thing.
But you make fun of Vaughn of being a 1920s baseball player. But
Here we
go
go.
ahead, man.
They don't get his brother. They don't get his brother enough credit for his smarts as a baseball player, especially on the hitting side. I've seen TA set up pitchers. As a matter of fact, if you can go on YouTube and find it, I forget the lefty for the Kansas City Royals, but it's a film on YouTube of a guy who was an ex major leaguer showing you how TA set up that guy. And how he
seen
moved.
that video.
Yeah, and how he moved in the batter's box to get the pitch he wanted.
He moved up.
Yeah, like
Back
people
to
sleep
up,
on what TA does, bro.
I'm not necessarily sleeping on it. It's just relatively simple. And right simple is better. Right, it's just relatively simple. He sits middle away, and anything in the zone he's swinging it. I'm talking about guys like Eloy and Vaughn who are key holding guys, right? On 2-0, 3-1, any leverage count, right? Even if the ball is in the zone, if it's not exactly where I want it, I don't give a shit if it's a strike. I'm spitting on it, right? I'm talking about guys who are doing shit like that. That is the upper echelon of hitters. That's when we start talking about the Jordans, the Sotos, the Otanis,
But I
etc.
don't think
When you
Vaughn is
start
nowhere
key
near them.
holding.
Hold on, wait, time out.
I
We're
don't
not
think Vaughn
asking
is
Vaughn
nowhere
to be
near
that.
them.
Hold on, man. Hold on. We're not asking Andrew Vaughn to be in the top 10%. We're just saying Andrew Vaughn's plate approach is decent. Like,
it's not
there's
better
more
than
than
TA's,
hold
bro.
on, Mac.
It's not.
Mac, there's more than one way to be a productive hitter. You
I'm
could be a
not.
guy.
I'm not saying Vaughn
You could
plate
be a
approach
guy
is
that
bad.
moves around
It's
in the
not better
box
than. It's not better than
and
TA's, bro.
gain an advantage on pitchers. You could be a guy that could be a fucking brick in the box that don't move an inch in the box and still be productive.
Bro.
Andrew Vaughn is a brick. He doesn't move in the box. He doesn't change his batting mechanics, his placement. He still has a great spray chart, a good exit velocity.
Here we go with the spray chart.
It doesn't matter. Hitting the ball to all sides
I'm pretty
of the field
sure.
is important.
I'm pretty sure. TA spray chart. TA spray chart is pretty good.
The difference. Look. Both of them can hit the ball to all fields. The difference between the two is that Vaughn can do it with power. TA can't.
With authority.
That's
Can I ask back?
What's Vaughn's most home runs in the season?
17.
What's TA's most home runs in the season?
Oh, here you go.
16.
But he also did it. But he also did it while hitting 240.
No, that's right. He had that 20.
He also hit it while hitting 240. 20.
Bro,
20.
I think.
You gotta. I'm gonna be honest. Like, you gotta really watch TA, bro. And I don't even want to throw out this name because this dude is a legend, but TA is doing some of the stuff that Pete Rose used to do in the batter's box, bro.
You're gross.
It's pretty amazing, man.
No, that's not disgusting. That's the truth. Pete Rose moved around in the box. Tim Anderson moves around in the box.
No. Pete Rose did move around in the box. He did.
That's a very good comment.
Charlie Hustle.
When you watch,
he made his money moving around in the box.
Just check this out. And Asinine, he loves to do this type of stuff. Go watch TA early in the game against the pitcher. Watch his second at bat against that same pitcher. Watch what he does in the box. I guarantee he's not in the same spot. You know why? Because he's setting that guy up, bro. TA is a very, very smart hitter, and he doesn't get enough credit for what he does. And he's actually probably the smartest, maybe Trey Turner, but he's one of the smartest base runners when you're talking about on the bases that we have in the game as well. TA is a very smart baseball player, and people don't give that man enough credit for what it is he does, man. And people sleep on what he do in the batter's box.
He can be smart. He can be smart all day long. And I'm not saying his approach is trash by any means. I'm just saying I believe there's two guys on it that have a more effective one. That's it.
Can I ask?
In my opinion, any guy that's able to hold.
I don't know.
You fucking going in and out. I'm packing you up, man. I'm done.
Well, we can agree to disagree on that. I think we all agree that Luis needs to work on his approach. I think we can all agree on that.
Can I ask? Excuse me. Can I ask Dre a question?
Go ahead,
Dre. We started this whole conversation with Luis Robert. In the last year or 2 years, let's say last 2 years, we've probably haven't seen him for probably an average of 80 games a year. Okay. But this year, going into this year, what are you looking at? What are you trying to see out of Luis Robert this year? Because he closed his days up, and to me, he looks like he's back to being what I like to call pool Robert. That's my opinion. But what do you think, bro?
I want to see Luis fall into the category that I know he's in, which is an elite baseball player. A lot of times, I think
Max said he Willie Mays.
I think he's overthinking a lot. And sometimes, I said last year simplicity is best sometimes in baseball. Sometimes you got to go back to the apples and oranges and simplify the game. His fielding is good, but I think sometimes at the plate he's overthinking. He's guessing too much. I don't know if he can hit the slider right now. That's just they get
That's
up
been
there, they
his
throw
MO since day one, Dre.
Yeah, even in the classic, I'm watching him swing at balls in the middle of the other
he's
box.
right.
So
That's
it's
not.
What do you?
That's
He
not
was
good.
very good against sliders last season. Are y'all crazy?
Yeah,
Are y'all
I mean,
just not
but
yo, Robert. Look.
You got the splits.
Hold on. Go to what pitch did Luis Robert swing and miss against last year?
No, he that's not
Luis Roberts' best pitch. Luis Roberts' best pitch last year was a slider.
What pitch did he swing and miss the most last year? That's the question. Because you could swing and miss in three. You could
change up by a mile.
Hold on. You could have 3 sliders in a sequence, swing and miss at 2, and hit the third one for a base hit.
Yeah,
he swung and missed at the change up by a mile.
But I think
mile more than everything else. He was great against sliders last year.
He can't hit the slider for power, man.
So what pitch is he swinging and
that's why they throw
in
it
the
to him.
WBC?
Yo, and once again, that's not true. He slugs 453 against sliders. He can hit it for power.
I don't see it.
That's not his problem. That's not. If you're not seeing it, you're not watching it. If you're not seeing it, you're not watching.
So what type of average do you see Luis Robert having against the slider this year, Asinine? What did he hit against it last year?
264.
Oh,
so you acting like he's blowing it out the water.
That was the best pitch he hit last season.
264 is not bad for one pitch, Justin.
What was his batting average last year?
So what is he going to hit against the slider this year? What do you think?
What was his batting average last year, Asinine?
I got that.
Like 280, 290.
He had
284.
284.
So he batted 284, but against the slider he batted 260 something. That math ain't mathing.
He had a 5 run value against the slider last year. That was his best against any pitch.
I'm saying if he's hitting 260 against the slider. And
do you think some of those numbers are skewed because he played so many less
math
games?
is not that math not math.
That's not. Hey, Dre, you realize batting averages.
I know. I'm just saying I don't want the advanced sloppy.
I'm not giving you anything advanced. It's slugging as well. I'm not 1.5 isn't some amazing number. It's about it's good, but it's not nothing amazing. To hitting 268 and having a 5 against it while slugging 453.
So okay, let's get to the meat of the bone. Let's get to the meat of this right now. Do you trust Luis Robert against the slider, Asinine, from what you see in him as a baseball player?
Yeah. He doesn't have his problem isn't against a certain pitch. His problem is legit not understanding what pitch is probably coming. He can hit any pitch in the fucking zone.
What breaking ball look like a fastball outside of a cut fastball? The slider looks like rotation wise a fastball out of a hand until it gets to the plate.
Yeah,
they're gonna show him that every time. He's gonna expand the zone every time.
Yeah, I'm with Asinine. I don't have any worries about him hitting the slider.
Okay.
Hold on. The best pitch he's hit in his career has been a slider overall. So if you're saying he can't hit a slider, you literally haven't been.
No. Like a lot of the home runs that he's hit over the last 2 years have been sliders. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, it's been a mistake by the pitcher that he capitalized on. You know what I mean?
Amir Garrett home run was a slider.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying, like,
both Kaufman home runs were sliders, hanging sliders that look like fastball out of the hand.
Exactly. So he's seeing it. He's turning on them. So I'm not.
But what about the good sliders? That's a third off the plate.
Okay. Okay, but you're
to start a count. Hold on, Ray. To start a count, he's swinging at sliders 1/3 off the plate.
Okay.
Those are the ones that put a young hitter in home.
Now, can I ask you a question? We watched we watched damn near every game last year together.
Yep.
Did we see Luis Roberts swing away more in 2021, or did we see him swing away more in 2022?
I think it was about even, because you got to think. I'm taking out like when he hurt his wrist before they just shut him down at the end of the season.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna take that part out. Okay, I get it. Okay, I see what
you're saying. Because he was swinging with one arm basically, and
right.
with a guy with
the last part of the year he was. But at the same time, like I didn't see him swing away at that fall away fucking fastball outside pitch. I didn't see him swinging at that as much last year. I saw him staying away from it. I saw him kind of like moving into a direction of controlling his pitch. As far, I mean, not his pitch, but controlling himself not to swing at pitches away from what he's looking at. So I don't know. He had last year.
He had his lowest whiff rate of his career
last year, right?
He had his lowest whiff rate in his career.
Yeah, last year. So that's what I was finna. Thank you, Asinine. I was finna bring up his whiff.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What are you talking about?
Y'all talking about having the low whiff rate as a guy who basically don't have a fucking strike zone. What does that matter when you talking about a guy like Luis Robert who doesn't have a strike zone?
Jay, hold on. When we're talking about a player of Luis Roberts' caliber or whatever, last year he just now almost hit 100 games. He has never played 100 games in his career.
Ray, I would rather you swing and miss at the slider off the plate than fucking give me a one-handed pop out to the second baseman of the right fielder. Come on, man.
Mac, help me out, because I don't know what else to say to Justin about this, man. I really don't. I can't understand why he's
campaigning on 262 against a pitch that I'm visibly watching him flail at.
He slugged a 677 against the slider in 2021.
Flailed.
You're just talking at this point then. I just gave you all these numbers and you're still telling me he can't hit a slider. You're just talking now.
Flailed. 12 home
exactly, and that's why I said he had a problem with it. 2021, 661, and you said 450 something, like that's elite.
I'm not saying it's elite. I'm not saying never have I said it's elite.
If you drop 200 points, that means it's a problem, ain't it? I mean, I'm not a rocket science, but if you drop 200 points in something, isn't that a problem?
Slugging 453 isn't
bad.
Mac,
if you drop 200 points in something, is that not a problem?
Absolutely.
I want you guys to know this.
I'm not just because he dropped 200 points doesn't mean he can't hit it. He dropped to 453. Oh no! I'm all for the Luis Roberts slander because he's been fucking garbage all spring. Honestly, and y'all been crying about Yohan Moncada this whole time. Yo, we need to be talking about Robert because he's been hitting below the Mendoza line all spring. He needs to be the one we're talking.
Oh, now you want to cook.
He's been fucking garbage. He's been garbage. But at the same time, I'm not gonna sit here and listen to y'all lie.
Give me his batting average right now.
He's hitting 182. He's hitting 182. His OBP is 250. He's slugging 364, and he has an OPS of 614 in spring training right now. And he doesn't right. So he's been garbage.
I mean, my problem we was talking about plate approaches. That's my problem with Luis Robert.
How many at bats is that, though?
Until he get more discipline.
7.
Until he get more discipline, 12. He gonna have a problem.
12. Okay, cool.
He has to get more discipline.
Matt, when you say he has to be more disciplined at the plate, like explain what you're saying. Break it down Barney style for me.
He can't keep. They're attacking them on the outside because they know that's the easier way to get him out, and he keeps swinging at those pitches on the outside of the plate, and sometimes it's 2-3 inches off the plate on the outside, and he continues to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like Robert is dangerous middle end. He could be dangerous away too, but not when it seems like he's always looking for the ball out there and willing to swing at any pitch they give him out there. And here's the thing about Robert. If he can make contact with it, he's gonna make contact with it. So that means on pitches that far outside of the plate, he's just gonna hit little fly balls to right field. Easy little fly balls to right field. And that's why we need Robert to be more disciplined, because if he can be patient enough to wait on pitches middle end, he'll be very, very dangerous. But when he's always attacking those pitches on the outside, which they stay out there a lot. I mean, even in the World Baseball Classic, everybody knows throw him a slide on the outside of the plate, and you either gonna get a weak fly ball or a strikeout. Everybody knows this.
Yeah. Why? That's
Are
not.
y'all acting like all year last year he wasn't punching low and away sliders to the opposite field the whole time?
He was punching him though.
Is that what you
All
want
the
from him?
time. Anytime they threw it
Is
to
that
him,
what
he
you
punching
want
it
from
opposite
Luis
field and it's
Robert?
a base hit.
Is that what you want from Luis Robert? If that's what you want, yeah.
I want
That ain't
y'all
his
to
lane.
stop lying. No. What I want y'all is to stop lying about Luis Robert. That's what I want. Meaning y'all just gotta stop spewing shit out of y'all ass like he can't hit a slider, or you throw him a low and away slider
Who
and it's gonna
said
be a
he couldn't
strikeout
hit
or a
a
pop out.
slider?
When that's clearly not the case.
Who said he couldn't hit a
Clearly
slider?
not the case.
I didn't say he couldn't.
Who said he couldn't hit a slider?
He struggled with it.
I'm saying,
even though that's
it's
not
a
the case
reason.
either.
It's asinine. If he was so dangerous out there, all these nerds would not keep telling pitchers to throw him that ball out there. They want him to hit that ball out there. That's why they keep throwing it out there. Because he's not dangerous hitting balls out there. Okay?
It's really a thing with the lesser of two evils, right? Regardless on where that ball is in the zone, it's a good chance it's probably a hit. But if you throw that low and away slider, guess what? It'll probably still be a hit, but at least he's not sending that bitch 450 in the left field. That's pretty much the whole thing.
Exactly.
He can hit everything.
He
can hit everything. But he's not popping out and striking out most of the time on
with your advanced stat. You know what advanced stats? Advanced stats don't tell the truth. While he got this most hits off the slider. That's because that was all they was throwing him. If I'm going against Luis Robert, I'm gonna throw him sliders all day.
If Luis Robert hit 300, his on base percentage is gonna be 322.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Can I interject real quick? Can I interject?
330, 335. Huh?
Yeah. 51 walks in 3 years, Mac.
Can I interject though?
How many walks Vaughn
got? That doesn't matter. What's up, Ray?
So
I want to talk about that.
Can we really agree? Can we agree as a collective right now?
Right.
And I know this is rated BGR right here, but can we agree that these two young men, Yoan Moncada and Luis Robert, are probably the most important pieces this year in 2023 to the success of the Chicago White Sox?
I actually don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that.
I actually don't, Ray. I think the most important success to the White Sox is Eloy. I'm gonna be honest. I think he's the one that has to show up and become what everybody thinks he can be in order for the White Sox to be successful. Because if we're being honest, Eloy is the run producer in this lineup. He's the one that's gonna drive in the RBIs.
Matt, but can I ask you like this? Not even ask you. Let me just counter argue that what you're saying. You're saying Eloy, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know Eloy has produced in the past, and he's basically kept a certain standard for his production throughout his career since he's been here. Correct?
I mean, not really, because he's been injured, but I understand what
he's been injured, right? But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But what I'm trying to say is that if Yohan Moncada and Luis Robert both meet the expectations that are on them and or meet the level of the talent finally meets production with both of those two. Like, I think that those two will take this team so much further, in my opinion. What do you think?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think the White Sox need anything special from Yohan. I just think they need Yohan to be average, a little bit of average to a little bit above average. I think Robert is the more important hitter in this situation, in this equation, because to me, Robert has way more potential than a Moncada as far as what he can do with his bat. And that's just my opinion. I don't see.
Well,
I don't
no.
think
I mean, I respect your opinion. I just don't want. I'm trying to understand. Like,
I
if
don't think Yohan. I don't think Yohan, for example, is a consistent 20+ home run hitter. But
okay.
I believe Robert can be a consistent 30. I think he can hit 30 home runs.
Yeah.
Robert. I think he could be a consistent 30 home run hitter. I think Robert reaching his full potential is way not his full potential, but Robert being what people think he could be is way more important than what people think Yohan Moncada is. Because at this point, we got a snapshot of what Yohan Moncada is. Yohan Moncada is he's somewhere in between 2019 and I guess we could say 2021. He's somewhere in between that. You know what I mean? And we know that that's not special. I mean, let's just be honest. But we know,
especially at the position too.
But we know what Luis Robert possibly can do is special. Like if you think about, to me, it's 3 potential special players on this team. Just being real, it's Robert, and I'm talking about hitting wise. I'm not gonna get into the pitching. It's Robert, Colas, and Eloy. To me, those are the 3 potential special players. And I have nothing against Vaughn. Vaughn could be a very good hitter, but I don't think he has that special in him. I think Colas can be a guy that gives you 30+ bombs a season and gives you very, very good defense in right field and has a cannon for an arm. I think Luis Robert can give you that great defense in center field and give you 30 bombs and give you 20 to 30 steals in the season. I believe Eloy is like.
I disagree with you, and it's not even with Vaughn or Colas. It's mainly with Robert. I don't and everybody's gonna kill me when I say I don't think Vaughn will. I don't think Luis will ever be an elite hitter ever. I don't think he'll ever reach 30. I don't think he'll ever reach that upper echelon.
Because it's a pro change.
He will never be patient enough. He'll never be patient enough.
That's the key, and that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying when I look at guys, if I'm looking at the White Sox, and I'm like, what guys on this team has the potential to really be special? Those are the 3 guys. Those are the 3 guys. I mean, you have to think Robert can change the game with his glove and his bat. One of the very few players on the White Sox that can do that. You look at Eloy. Eloy, to me, his bat is game changing. Can be very impactful. We just haven't seen it consistently because he's been injured.
You haven't seen the game pile up so you get the volume and the power numbers.
To me, Eloy is a guy that can hit 40 home runs. I'm not saying he can do it year in and year out, but he's a guy that can give you some 40 home run seasons. Eloy, to me, is a guy that can hit 300, give you 35+ bombs, give you 100 RBIs. I think he can consistently do that. And I don't like to give Asinine any credit, really whatsoever. But sometimes I got to give a man credit. When he talks about Eloy and approach, he's right. Eloy is a very, very dangerous hitter. The thing is, can he stay healthy?
And what I want to get into, it was like with Luis Robert, it's the fact it's not his talent keeping him from hitting 30 home runs. It's him having a plan at the plate. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna swing his way out of hitters counts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you look at a guy like Yohan, what's keeping him from 30 home runs is he's not aggressive enough. So you got two guys with enough talent to hit 30 home runs, but they have inner things within their game that keeps them from reaching that benchmark, from reaching elite status.
The only difference, though, to me between Robert and Moncada, I think Robert has a better work ethic. I'm not saying it's,
you like his punching TikToks?
I'm not saying it's, astronomically better or anything like that. But to me, I think Robert goes a little bit more harder in that aspect. I think Robert motor is better than Yohan. My point is, Eloy. If you ask me like, what White Sox player has a chance to be an MVP, I'm gonna immediately go Eloy. Right? That's probably the only player I'm willing to legitimately name as an MVP candidate on the White Sox. Is Eloy. You know what I mean? Like, that's the type of hitter he is. You know what I mean? Like, we know what TA gonna do. We know TA gonna give us a 300 batting average. We know he's gonna give us probably a 340 on base percentage. We know TA is probably gonna give us anywhere from 15 to 17 home runs, somewhere in there. We know TA is probably he's gonna have an 800 OPS. We know that. We know TA is gonna slug probably, somewhere around 450, somewhere in there, 450 to 500. We know that's what TA gonna give us. But Eloy is a guy that can give us monster numbers. The elite chart we made up. Eloy is a guy that can give us that hitting wise, where he can give us 35. Well, he can give us a 900 OPS. I think Eloy is probably one of the few players on the White Sox that can give us a 900 plus OPS, something in that range. You know what I mean?
That's demon time right there, Mac.
That
900
can
OPS.
slug. They can slug like 550, 600 possibly. That Eloy can give you that type of season. It's just, can he stay healthy? Like, he's a dangerous boy, and I'm not gonna take anything away from Eloy. I think he's silly. I think he's goofy, but that bat in his hand, he's dangerous, and you can't take that away from him. You got to give that man credit.
Just when I was going to ask Dre a question.
Yeah, you got to give him that credit.
Though. I was blowing my nose.
What's good,
up?
Bro?
You got blow in your nose.
Dre.
Yeah.
We've been back and forth and on and on and on. And we watched a lot of games last year and you're ready going into a new year. I'm gonna present the same question to you as Mac has so eloquently spoke on. But do you think that Luis Robert and Yohan Moncada being above average takes the White Sox over the top this year?
Absolutely. If Yohan Moncada alone would be a 250 hitter, 15 to 20 home runs.
And you're not even saying 275, 280. You're saying 250. What? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
15 to 20 home runs, 70 RBIs. I think that's accomplishable. I think he can accomplish that.
And that's good enough too.
That's good enough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I want to see a 30-30 season from Luis Robert. That's what I want to see. I'm gonna be honest.
Now, I think forever for the rest of his career, he's gonna be babied on the base paths. He won't be trusted enough on the base paths to run that much.
So you're saying you're not thinking he's ever going to hit 30 stolen bases, 30 home runs ever?
He has the talent to do so. I don't think he has the health. I think forever, whatever manager that's going to be managing him is going to be treating him with caution because, as we've seen, he's built like paper fucking mache. So why would I run you enough times for you to go get 30?
And then you got to look at the guys who stole 30 bases, what their on base percentages were. You think Luis Robert is going to be able to get on base at a clip to the point to where he's going to have the 40 to 50 attempts necessary to steal 30 bases?
If he can get on at a 330 clip, that'd be good enough.
Well, with the new rules, how many times can a pitcher throw over the first?
40.
2 times.
2 times.
2 times.
In the bat. 2 times in the bat.
I think with Luis speed and knowing that, Luis might be able to steal 40 bags. You got to think about the new dynamics of the game. So he's very fast. All he got to do is get on base, like Jay
Is he
Jardine
fast
said.
is he fast or he fragile?
This man got a career
I'm not gonna call him fragile yet. He had a COVID seat. I'm not,
This man got a career. This man got a career OPS of 808, and this with him being injured. A career OPS plus of 122. Like this is, and we're complaining about Luis Robert. Just think about that for a minute. We're complaining about this kid and his average. This is what I meant by like his average season would be better than a lot of people best seasons. Some of his average seasons. That's the type of talent that kid has, man. Like you can't sleep on that kid when it comes to that.
Yeah. I wanna wrap up the show. You guys been wasting about fucking 56 minutes of my time already. I want to talk about this lineup for the United States against Mexico tonight.
Well, let me do one more thing.
All right, man. Come on, man. Whatever.
Yeah, because I know you love the World Baseball Classic, especially because your boy happened to be playing in it. Your boy Yohan Moncada, happened to be playing in it. So, but I just wanted to show you this. Now this is both of these guys 24. Wow, I didn't know that. Now this is a down season and everybody is complaining about Luis Robert. Now I'm gonna just give you the slash line. Luis Robert had a batting average of 284. Andrew Vaughn 271. On base percentage of 319. Andrew Vaughn 321. Luis Robert slugged 426. Andrew Vaughn slugged 429. Luis Robert had an OPS plus of OPS of 746. Andrew Vaughn of 750. Luis Robert had an OPS plus of 109. Vaughn had one of 111. And this is Vaughn, right? This is Vaughn best season so far. Now, Luis Robert had 12 home runs. Vaughn had 17. Luis Robert had 401 380 ABs. Andrew Vaughn had 510. So if you just say Luis Robert get 510 in bats, he's murdering those 17 home runs. Murdering them, killing them. And we're talking about Luis Robert like he's a failure or some people talking about him like he's a failure, bro. This guy is sick. Like, think about this. Think about this. I've heard people in the group chat, scumbag group chat, talk about how Andrew Vaughn 321 on base percentage was not that bad. His 429 slug was not that bad. It was ranked to 50th best in the MLB or all this old nonsense. That's Andrew Vaughn. Bro, this is Luis Robert worst production. And it's almost Andrew Vaughn's best season. Like, think about that for a minute. That people really need to take a step
back. Is Andrew
Vaughn better? When they talking about
Andrew Vaughn better than his stats last year, Mac?
How much better?
No, I'm asking you a yes or no question.
Maybe 10 more percent better. Maybe not.
I'm asking you a yes or no question, Mac.
No, I'm not gonna give you a lesson though, because it's not that simple.
Okay, it is that.
You're simple. Trying to set me up. It's not gonna happen.
It is that simple.
Not that simple.
Can we just
But do you understand what I'm saying, Drake? No. You understand what I'm saying, Drake?
No.
Can we understand what you're saying?
Can we acknowledge
at the same time, Luis Robert, I know he could be successful, but he don't get a pass because that goes to what I said about availability and Vaughn was available. You know what I'm saying? So
Luis's numbers that you're talking about, Mac, are skewed because it's a lot less games.
No,
it's a lot less games.
Not really.
Last year he had 98 games. Andrew Vaughn had 134.
And I'm saying if he played 134 games, his number would be better than
what Andrew Vaughn. We're going off of numbers that are here and present in our face. And then the year before that, Andrew Vaughn, he played in 127 games. But at the same time, this kid.
I mean, you could guesstimate that, Ray.
Huh?
You could guesstimate that. You could guesstimate that if Luis played 134, yeah, his numbers would have been way better. But it don't matter because he didn't play him.
But
check
Dre,
this out.
Dre,
Vaughn had 30 more. Vaughn had
on.
30 more hits than Luis Robert, and he played that many more games and had that many more plate appearances.
Got it. But at the same time, you're talking about a kid that
I get this sleepy bum off the screen.
He's not sleepy. He's putting his head in his face in his hands for a reason. When we're talking about Andrew Vaughn, and this is just Andrew Vaughn in particular, right? What he was drafted in what 2020?
2019.
2019?
I think
19.
Right?
Yeah.
19, 18.
Then the COVID year happened, right? And then he was brought up straight up out of AA in 2021. Am I correct in what I'm saying? Okay. So the kid went from college ball to the majors just like that. And then you put him in 127 games and he still had not played his natural position. Last year, he still had not played his natural position.
I hate when people do that natural position thing.
Bro, hold on, time out. Matt, everybody on this screen has played baseball in some form or fashion. Everybody has. Now, if I'm playing fucking shortstop one day, I mean I'm a natural outfielder, I'm not comfortable. I'm not. If I'm playing fucking right field and I'm a natural left fielder, I'm not fucking comfortable. It's the same. It's a different fucking way to recognize the ball coming off the bat in all these different places.
The only position I give that.
Hold on, and then Vaughn, being a first baseman, honestly, literally has a 2 fucking read system in his whole fucking mind. 2, a fucking base hit on the ground to him, or catching the ball from another fielder. Oh, and maybe possibly catching the cutoff every now and again. But at the same time, as a first baseman, as somebody that has played first base from high school to college to fucking in the minors, all you ever did was look at the ball, come off the bat, and come to you or not. Go to the bag, catch it, or go hit the cutoff or not. Or fucking goddamn get the ball, throw it to second, and catch the double play when it comes back to you. Like, there's literally not much more to first base.
This man got a career 334
minutes. Huh?
No, go ahead. I'm just reading something.
No, I'm saying when he's in left field or he's in right field or he's whatever the fuck they put him, there's so much more to do in his mind.
A lot less action.
No, it's not about the action. It's about
it is about the action, actually, because you got to think when you're a first baseman and you play in the outfield, you got to operate in a lot more space. I don't think Andrew Vaughn in that type of situation is at his best. I like Andrew Vaughn at first base hitting in the line.
Yeah, but I mean, how does that correlate to his hitting? The only position that I give a player a pass when it comes to hitting and position they in is catching.
Why, Dre?
I mean, because how is him playing left field affecting him at the plate?
Look. I absolutely refuse to believe the thought of like it didn't matter. My freshman and sophomore year, I moved around a lot around the diamond because I was playing varsity, and a lot of positions were filled, and I was playing on people's off days, right, or shit like that, right. When somebody couldn't play because of grades or some shit, it didn't matter where I was playing. That didn't change my approach at the plate. That didn't change my swing. That didn't change my eye. That didn't change shit, right. Regardless, I was still out there smacking the shit out the ball.
But you're not fucking traveling across the country. You're not playing at the highest level.
No, the point is, it doesn't change nothing of what you're doing in the box. It's nothing. If you're in the box thinking about your fucking glove, you're doing something wrong.
I agree with that.
That's actually
my point of everything that I was saying was that he was still producing while doing all of the things while he's uncomfortable. That was the whole point of me getting to everything that I was saying was leading up to the fact that this kid has still produced at a high clip while being out of position. You can't sit up here and say Andrew Vaughn hasn't produced at a decent clip in 2 years.
I was trying to say, when you went high, you
decent, but not high.
Yeah, decent, but not high clip.
Well, I mean, no, come on.
Can we get into the minutia of baseball a little
15, 15 home runs his first year, 17 last year. Right?
Can we get into the minutia? Because I want to.
He went from hold on, Matt, we're old school.
I'm actually tired of talking to y'all.
He went from 235 to 271 last year.
This was your show you called for, dog. So now deal with it. Now, can we get into the minutia? You called for this show. And then when you called for it, I thought we was going to.
Yeah. All right. We lost King Mac spontaneously. This has been rated BGR. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.
Wow.
Yeah.
That piece of shit.
Yeah, he is.
Terrible.
That was terrible.
So what you gotta say, Mac?
And then he didn't even end the fucking recording, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah. What an idiot. So now I get to dive.
What you gotta say, Mac? Because this motherfucker fucked up.
Now I get to dive.
You fucked up. This motherfucker.
I get to dive.
Holy
now
shit,
I get to dive into my baseball ring.
Go ahead, get into it, your grace.
Look at Justin. Look at Justin fucking, fucking up the goddamn.
Hey, Ray.
What happened, Justin? Fucking you and goddamn little Dirk fucking up, man.
Hey, oh my God. This for Ray, Dre, Asinine, and Jay Tigerian for people out there in the world because I want to do some quick breakdown. So everybody question, right? And I got to go back to this. And I'm going to nail this hammer on the head. I'm going to keep nailing this nail on the head with this hammer. So everybody talk about Oscar Colas. Oh, this, that. Everybody had their doubts. So this Baseball America got him ranked at 89. Major League Baseball got him ranked at 85. Baseball Prospectus got him ranked at 76. This is a 24-year-old prospect, only played 1 year in the minor leagues, right? If this guy, and this is not no over-exaggeration in any of that, if this guy was 19 or 20 years old, you're talking about a top 10 prospect in baseball. Those are facts.
If he's 19, 20, he's not putting up those numbers.
We don't know that. But I'm just giving you. No, we don't know that. But I'm just. How
you gonna change this hypothetical? You know you gotta be some type of asshole.
Adamant
about change somebody. He just said made a hypothetical statement.
Nine is absolutely adamant about the fact that if he was 19, he wouldn't be doing what we're seeing.
Right? He don't know that. He don't know that. Now
he's striking out 300 times.
Them strikeout numbers was elevated because he missed 2 years of baseball.
Right.
So I don't know why I got to keep breaking that down.
Right.
But anyway, so you take this kid in his first spring training, right? His first legit spring training, an opportunity to make a major league baseball squad. And you look at what he's doing in his first spring training as a professional, that tells you how impressive that this kid is going to be. Now, I'm going to stop short of saying this kid going to be a superstar, anything like that. But I guarantee you this kid is going to have some very, very good seasons. Very good seasons. And I think people sleep on this kid. And this kid going to wake a lot of people up. I think he has a chance to probably be the best Cuban baseball player on the roster.
I don't know if you've seen it.
And that's with Luis Robert on the roster.
Hey, Mac, I don't know if you've seen it. People was arguing with me in my threads talking about we don't know if Oscar Colas is even better than Benintendi. Benintendi had an OPS plus of 120. Man, if you don't get your
he's gonna be better. He's gonna be better than Benintendi.
I don't need it.
I'm glad Mac has said his piece, and we shall see what happens. But I do want to talk about Justin. We can't get off the show until we talk about this goddamn lineup.
I was gonna go around the room.
I was gonna go around the room here. That's playing right now. And TA as breaking news, just had an RBI double just now. He just hit an RBI double. So
should have been starting over Trey Turner in the first place.
That's neither here nor there, Matt.
I'm just saying.
All right.
Only reason Tim Anderson is starting right now is because Trey Turner wanted to stay with the fucking team. If Trey Turner decided to go to the WBC, Tim wouldn't be fucking starting. Stop.
But as we look at this lineup,
you a hater. You's a natural hater.
Wait, but Mac, let's look at the sheer construction of the lineup though.
Mookie Betts batting leadoff, excellent. He's probably the best player on this team when you think about it. Overall,
you're dumb. You're dumb.
I'm not gonna go there with you, Matt.
You got Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt.
That's
Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt.
That's pretty.
Hold on. After that, Mookie Betts is great defensively, great.
Nolan
and a great hitter.
Nolan
can't steal bases though. Yeah.
Nolan is the best defender we've ever seen. He has the best bat here.
Mac, why don't you just?
I don't give a fuck about Mookie stealing bases.
Why don't you just 5-tool it out, Mac, real quick? 5-tool it out.
There we go.
Who got more power?
He has an arm.
Nolan.
He has the glove.
Nolan.
He has power.
Nolan.
He can hit.
Nolan.
And he has speed.
He has all 5 tools.
Mookie is the only one on the squad with all 5
He's the only one on the squad with all 5 tools.
Wait, Paul Goldschmidt stole 30 bases.
Now we say what your favorite is. He's the only one.
No.
He's the only one.
No.
He's the only one. I'm gonna say this.
No,
he's only
not.
One player on that team that's 5 tools.
You're lying. No, he's
Why
not.
do everybody hate on the greatness of Mookie?
He's not the best. He's not even the second best player on that fucking team.
Hey, let me tell you.
He's the only 5-tool player.
Oh, he is the only 5-tool player on that team. And let me tell you something else.
Compare Mookie.
He's not even the third.
Let me tell you something else. Asinine. Mookie.
I forgot Mike Trout was here. This shit is nuts. I forgot Mike Trout was on the team.
Mike Trout not a 5-tool player. He ain't got an arm.
Not no more. He used to be.
Give me a second.
He would.
He said, "Give me a second." He looking up numbers. Hey, and check this out. Mookie will be a Gold Glover at second base. That's how crazy that man is defensively.
We've yet to see it.
Yeah, we got
a
real monkey doing research on the show. This is beautiful.
He finna look it up.
How is an 84 arm strength not having an arm?
What's Mookie arm strength?
How?
What's Mookie arm strength? What's Mookie arm strength?
He ain't got an arm. You're an idiot.
Can you tell me Mookie arm strength, please?
You're an idiot.
So I can see if these baseball savants.
Mike Trout ain't got no arm.
What's Mookie arm
Mike Trout ain't got an arm.
What is Mookie arm strength? Please tell me. So
79. 79.
That's how you know they lying.
79.
That's how you know you can't believe baseball savants.
Shut up.
That's how you know you can't believe baseball savants.
Shut up. Shut up.
Okay. So
I just wanted not Ray.
Now that's crazy.
Ray. Where Ray at? Now Ray.
I don't believe nothing. I don't believe nothing you pull off that page no more.
That's what I'm talking about, Ray. Because you have became a big believer in baseball savant. Put Ray back on here. You have become.
Don't tell me what to do.
Put Ray back on here. You have become.
What's up, Ray?
So fucking stupid, man.
I'm serious. Compare Mookie Betts against all the players that won MVP on the United States team.
Now you have become, Ray, a big believer in baseball savant because your boy Eric.
Savant and baseball reference and just understanding the numbers better.
Now you a watcher of baseball. You believe Mike Trout you believe Mike Trout has a stronger arm than Mookie Betts?
Not anymore.
Never.
I'm not saying that. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna
Hold
say.
on.
I'm not gonna say never.
Mookie's arm isn't
arm has
necessarily
always been
strong.
elite.
He's just deadly accurate.
Yeah,
I don't
Mookie's
want
arm
to hear
isn't
it.
necessarily
Don't try
as
to say.
strong as
Don't try to
elite
say
arm.
baseball savant answer now. You can't say.
No, Mookie's arm has always been always been like
elite.
Arms ever.
Thank you, Dre.
Top tier.
So I'm not gonna never not put Mookie in the top tier of all time outfielders when it comes to defense.
Man, saying Mike Trout arm is better than Mookie is like saying
Mike
a Beamer.
Mike Trout has
like saying a Beamer is better than the Benz.
Like Luis Robert arm might be better than Mike Trout, and we know Jay hates Luis Robert.
But Mike Trout fucking 8 years ago. You're not saying that 8 years ago.
Bro,
hey Jay,
look,
Jay Targaryen, you believe Mookie arm is not better than Trout? Strong.
But here's my question. Here's my question. I think we got to move on just so we can get the
Trout arm is a BMW. Exactly. Ain't no resale.
Here's my question, and it's gonna be tailored to
and Mookie's a Lamborghini.
Trout bat is a Ferrari.
I'm asking this
Mookie
question.
bat is a Ferrari.
It was a Ferrari. It's a Maserati now. It's a Mazda.
He just hit 40 in 119 games. How is that not?
Well, this bad.
Can I get Justin J. Targaryen to answer a question for me?
Sure, you got it, Ray.
All right. So here's my question. Are you ready for this year to be the year of Lance Lynn? Because last year you was topsy-turvy with Lance Lynn, and I just want you to acknowledge the people, what happened.
I'm not hating on Lance Lynn right now.
So basically, I feel like Lance Lynn is one of the good signings Rick Hahn has made. I feel like he's in a position to where he's going to have support in the rotation where he don't have to big daddy this whole thing. I expect Lance Lynn to be in the all-star conversation. I expect Michael Kopech to be in the all-star conversation. I expect Dylan Cease to get Cy Young votes. So we're at a point to where I think the world of Lance Lynn, to be honest with you. I was on the fence last year when he got hurt. I thought he was out of shape. Me and Asinine fucking dropped a bag on him, but I had to fucking pay for my sins. He set the tone in the second half. He fucking won some starts. He struck out a lot of guys while trying to rehab himself back into some normalcy.
Like I told y'all.
Yeah, so
I mean, and Dre told y'all.
To make a long story short, Ray,
y'all just struck gold over another fat nigga.
So has
he's a hater. He's a hater.
So are you having Asinine? I take from your last comment you have an issue with Pedro Grifol giving the ball to Lance Lynn game 1 of the year against Houston. I'm
not mad. I could give a shit less who starts the season. I could give a shit less, honestly. It does. I'm not. Yeah. No. I could honestly give a shit less. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Look. Regardless on who's starting game 1, I don't care if it's Lance Lynn, Lucas Giolito, Davis fucking Martin. It doesn't matter. Look, Lance Lynn can grab and tug on his dick as much as he wants to, right? But until his fat old ass can give me a legit season. Can give me a shut up, you ape, stop. Look, until Lance Lynn can give me a legit season and not just give me 6 good starts. I need a legit good season coming off this injury. I'm not hearing shit. Look, he's a fastball pitcher. He's gonna inevitably get touched up. Inevitably.
Yeah.
Hey Ray, touched up. I got a prediction for you about this pitching staff. Mike Clevenger is going to have a better season than Giolito.
Woo!
Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. That's so profound.
That is profound.
I thought she was going to actually say some shit.
No, I did.
She was going to actually say some shit.
So remember, everybody
thought she was actually
Giolito changed his pitching motion and He went out there and cleaned the beaches. All this supposed to equal up to a better season. So Mike Clevenger, the hated one, will have a better season than Giolito. Watch.
He's not hated because he can't play baseball. He's hated because of some shit that ain't got nothing to do with baseball. Stop.
Oh, nah, they brought up COVID.
Right? If people hated him because he sucked at throwing the baseball, then okay. Doesn't mean shit.
But Matt, Clevenger ain't got that guaranteed rate commercial where he went from being the worst pitcher to the best to the worst again.
I guarantee you, we never see that commercial ever again. Guarantee it. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell they run that back.
I want to.
They running it. They running it every time he pitch.
Asinine, I gotta ask
you.
No
Giolito is the fifth best pitcher on this team. Legitimately.
Maybe.
No, that's a fact. Right. That's a fact.
You're right. It could be maybe because it might be somebody in the minors better than him. We just don't.
Oh, come on, man. Stop playing, Mac.
No, I agree with Dre. Maybe. He's right.
Asinine, I gotta ask you a question.
Shoot.
How long would you breastfeed?
Oh, wow.
All right, let's end the show. Let's end the show. He bored. He bored. Let's end the show. He bored.
All right, people have a good night.
He bored.